Colorblind. The full story. 1. The divine intervention and the sacred promise. Laurence Williams was navigating a storm of personal and professional hardship. Out on FMLA, due to a hostile working environment and projected into a hostile living environment, Laurence was battling severe clinical PTSD, major depression, and anxiety. His psychiatric medical records confirmed he was struggling with low mood, hopelessness, and panic attacks. Yet he was fighting to stay mentally stable. This resilience was rooted in a promise made to his mother. She had struggled with addiction his entire life, and they struck a bargain. If she stayed clean, he would get off the streets and stop fighting. Though his mother eventually lost her life, she kept her end of the deal, and Laurence held up his side of the bargain by choosing a path of peace and hard work. On October 14, 2024 at 11:08 p.m., that lifetime of discipline met a moment of divine intervention at the intersection of North Lamar Boulevard and West Anderson Lane.
Yeah, looks like we have other callers. Looks like EMS is on the line with those people right now. What's your name?
As the light turned green, God made Laurence drop his phone. As he reached for it, a truck blazed through a red light from the left. Had he been looking at the road, he would have been struck directly. Instead, the truck missed him and hit a Latino man on a bicycle. Laurence realized, God made me drop my phone and Jesus took the wheel, but they both gave me the courage and the will to save that man's life. It was bigger than me. It was bigger than us. 2. The 3-minute gap. Laurence looked out from his car and saw a horrific scene. The victim was attempting to crawl back toward the sidewalk, but his legs were still wrapped between the frame of his bike like a crushed Coke can. Official CAD logs confirm a 3-minute gap. Serious bleeding was reported at 23:11:09, but Austin Fire Department AFD units did not arrive until 23:14:23. 3. The extraordinary intervention. With no official tools and no first aid kit, Laurence acted with the precision of a certified first responder. Medical aid. When Laurence reached the man and turned him over, the trauma was severe. His head was split open from the top, with blood running through his eyes and into swollen eye sockets. Laurence used his own T-shirt for direct pressure and his belt as a makeshift tourniquet to stop life-threatening hemorrhaging.
And it looks like they're applying a tourniquet to the individual.
A tourniquet? Okay. It looks like...
Yeah, someone ripped off a belt.
Spinal stabilization. He secured the victim on his back and performed spinal injury management to prevent further trauma. The connection. Ironically, the victim's Blue Beats by Dre speaker had survived the impact and was still playing music. Laurence began speaking Spanish to comfort him.
And are you right there beside him?
Yes. Me and a couple people. I'm not sure. I don't... They're speaking Spanish, so I'm not
He told
quite
him,
sure.
Tú tienes buena música. Yo gusta tu música. Tranquilo, tranquilo. Todo está bien. You have good music. I like your music. Relax, relax. Everything is all good. The victim looked up at him, shocked but deeply relieved. Despite the split open side of his head, Laurence managed to get a laugh out of him because he couldn't let him die like that no matter who he was. 4. The hero's tax and bureaucratic erasure. Following the incident, Laurence faced heightened harassment and organized community over-policing that intensified after he saved the man's life. He was subjected to racial profiling and false accusations of gang association. For over a year, Laurence fought for the official record to reflect the truth. While APD Sergeant Julian Ogle verified Lawrence's decisive actions via bodycam footage, the Austin Fire Department claimed they do not amend incident reports to detail bystander actions, attempting to erase the 3 minutes where Laurence acted as the primary responder. 5. The colorblind legacy, living up to the standards. The American Red Cross ultimately recognized the truth, nominating Laurence for the Certificate of Extraordinary Personal Action. Lawrence's actions were a call to action bigger than himself. Just like a soldier, police officer, or firefighter, he was a hero without an official title. He proved he could live up to the highest standards of service, putting aside his own personal chaos to save another. Colorblind is a testament to the fact that an African-American man from East Austin can be rehabilitated, hold his end of a bargain with his mother, and serve as the vital link that keeps a victim alive until professional help arrives. Skills used during incident: called 911 via direction to bystander, provided care for shock, spinal injury management, neutralize the scene, bilingual Spanish speaking to provide comfort. The conclusion: a parallel of survival. The power of this story lies in its mirroring of internal and external battles. Laurence Williams did not save a life because he was at his strongest. He saved a life while he was in the depths of his own personal chaos. Destiny over disaster. The split-second moment where a dropped phone spared Laurence from a red light collision represents the ultimate parallel. He was saved by the grace of God so that he could, in turn, save another. A promise kept. The discipline required to manage severe PTSD, major depression, and anxiety was the same discipline instilled by a sacred bargain with his mother. By refusing to give up on himself or the victim, he honored her legacy and his own rehabilitation. The 3-minute truth. The bureaucratic wall erected by the Austin Fire Department, refusing to acknowledge a bystander action, falls away when faced with the verified truth from APD. The 3-minute gap stands as a monument to the fact that heroism does not require a title, only a willing heart. Humanity over hostility. Despite facing a hostile work environment and intensified organized community harassment, Laurence chose connection over resentment. In the midst of blood and wreckage, he used a survivor's speaker and his limited Spanish to bring comfort and a laugh to a man who, moments before, was a stranger. Colorblind proves that we are all part of the same human fabric. Laurence lived up to the standards of the uniform he never wore: soldier, officer, firefighter, by proving that the vital link between life and death is often a fellow citizen who chooses to see no race, only a brother in need. He may have been battling demons, but that night, Laurence Williams walked through the fire and emerged a hero, fulfilling a divine purpose that was, as he said, bigger than us.